Hey, hello everyone. I am Mary Ricketts and welcome back to Turning Point Training and Development. And we are here with our Scale Up, Level Up podcast. Today I want to talk to you about achieving personal development through some tried and true tips. Personal development really relies on, guess what, you guys? Your efforts. It relies on you and your efforts. If you set your goals within reasonable limits and permit yourself some flexibility, you will be well on your way to developing a personal development strategy that encourages organic growth. There is nothing worse than seeing someone grow outside of their strength zone, not their comfort zone, but their strength zone. You want organic growth. This short podcast, or article or YouTube video, depending on what you're going to be doing and reading and watching, is really going to help outline several steps that you can take to construct a roadway to personal development without all of the potholes. One essential personal development technique is to constantly remain aware of the sacrifices associated with reaching your goals or objectives and getting what you desire. There are very few areas of life in which you can expect something from nothing. And guess what? Personal development is not one of them. So recognize what your development routine is, what it's going to cost you, and then guess what? You have to make peace with that sacrifice. Here's what I mean by that. I can remember a woman that I had worked with years ago, and she was really ready to take her business from being a hobby to a business, right? It was her side gig. This is what she did. She was still working full time. And you know what? I'm ready to make this my full-time business. Leave corporate America, go into my full-time business. Guess what? First of all, there's a financial sacrifice for that because you're going to lose all those health benefits unless your spouse has them. You are now going to not have that comfort level of that regular paycheck coming in every day. And then guess what? It's going to take you some time to grow your business to the level that you want it to make. I can remember another client that says, I'm ready to take my business from just 50,000 a year to 300,000 a year. I have a plan. I know what that could take. The question is, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice it? It is no different than with our personal development and growth. It is going to cost you something. It means you may not be able to hang out with everyone like you used to. You may not be able to binge watch Netflix or Amazon Prime or Hulu or whatever your station is. You're going to have to be okay with giving up something. You may not be able to go out to dinner every Friday night with your buddies and with your friends, because you have got to put in some work behind the scenes, working on you, preparing for whatever your next is. And that is going to take time with your personal development. If you want to better yourself, you need to make certain that you have an exceptional coach who will be an intentional, laser focused coach for you. Having a top-notch coach is really vital to have, because due to the fact that he or she will really press you through the rough patches that you have and ultimately lead you to success. You have to have an intentionally laser focused coach. You have to have that. That's that person that when you get into the pit, they're still pushing you. When you say, I'm tired, they're still pushing you. When they say, when you get into that spot, you're like, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm done. They say, nope, not happening. They're pressing you and moving you towards what you asked them to do, which is ultimately leading you to your, I hate to even call it a place of success, but leading you along your path of success. Here's the other thing. We've all certainly gained a lot through academic study towards our personal development. However, we should also be okay with looking beyond the academic community, because any experience that vitally intrigues us, any skill that really challenges us, will bring about personal development. So above all, consider things outside of academia. Observe things closely and purposefully. And here's why, because you will be rewarded with new capacities and new capabilities. Outside of the academic community, there are so many things and opportunities that we have to learn and to grow. You can watch videos, read books, listen to interviews with personal development gurus like Wayne Dyer and John Maxwell. Even if you don't agree with all of their philosophies and methods, you can utilize the information and knowledge they provide to enhance the areas of your life that you're working on. There are few things in this life that are as powerful as teaching another person. Think about that. There are few things in life as powerful as teaching another person. You do not have to wait until you have it at 100% to share your knowledge and wisdom with someone else. Remember, we're talking about your personal development. And oftentimes, your personal development is when you pour into other people. There is nothing more exciting than teaching someone else, because when I teach, when I coach, when I conduct a corporate training class, I learn so much every time I teach it. So let me make a suggestion to you. Here's one, and this one is really, really easy. Consider teaching someone how to read, whether that person is a child or an adult. Consider volunteering at a school, at your local PTA or homeless shelter as a literacy tutor. You will be empowering people to master a skill that has the potential to literally change their world, in addition to the world of their loved ones. That is powerful, and that is a powerful tool for you to use for your personal development as well. If you put in the time to check out the information that someone has made the effort to put into a blog or a white paper or a book to assist you, you will likely discover methods to utilize all that information at one time or another in your life. Utilizing everyday things in your environment as positive tools will energize you towards your personal development goals. So, listening to your favorite podcast might add an additional 10 minutes to your workout time, or put you in the mood to spend an additional half hour addressing a project. There are a million little things in our lives that influence us in such a good way that they can imply the distinction between achieving or not. So utilize each of them to your advantage at every opportunity. As you can see, as I wrap this up for us, personal development, it requires discipline. It requires self-awareness and knowledge. Your efforts will pay off as often as you're willing to put in the work. So the tips that I've laid out for you today are really just a number of basic ways that you can reorient your efforts to make your goals more tenable. With sound recommendations, an exceptional coach, and a solid support team, guess what? Anything is possible. I'm Mary Ricketts, Turning Point Training and Development. Thank you for listening to our Scale Up and Level Up podcast. I want you to keep that in the back of your mind. Achieving personal development through the tried and true tips that we've shared with you today. Make sure that you take a minute. Check out below in the comment section. I've got some links for you. I've got some additional information for you. Make sure you share our podcast. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.